class 2 for chemistry. So, nice to see you all again. Although, I cannot see you. Why do I always say that? Today we're going to go back to kindergarten and learn how to classify. Does that sound exciting? Okay, fine. But today we're going to learn how to classify. So remember back in biology last year when you had to classify different things, species and things like that, where it was taxonomy and you had the species, the genus, and all of that stuff. Remember that? So we're going to do something similar. Today we're going to learn how scientists began to classify matter, because in science we are very organized people. Vocabulary for today. What is an element? What is a compound? What is a mixture? And what is the difference between a compound and a mixture? Today's lesson is going to be really short. So without further ado, here we go. Do you remember back in kindergarten when your teacher was all, separate the circles from the squares, or separate everything by colors, or do a line from tallest to shortest, or maybe, Dewey, come back here, that is not your family.
Dewey, get out of there, that's not your family.
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle, I love it, Joe. As humans, we like having organization. We actually like being organized, believe it or not. We crave organization. We like to know where everything is, and we love to have a sense of belonging somewhere. Our whole world is based in organization and classifying. From government to schools to the rooms in our house. So it really is no surprise at all that science is also organized. As we have already established, chemistry is the study of matter, and matter is anything that takes up space and has mass. And that could be anything. It could be the tree outside, well, it is the tree outside of your house and a small atom. It could be the whole planet or a single tiny, you cannot see it, electron. Matter is divided into two groups because of that. So we have pure substances and we have mixtures. So we will explore those two today. Pure substances. Like the name implies, they are substances that are pure. So that's it for today. No, just kidding. Pure substances are substances that are pure. That means they are going to be the same substance throughout the whole thing. And they can be subdivided into two or more categories. They can be compounds and they can be elements. So now there's more organization, as we can see. So in our little tree, we're going to put more. So elements, they are pure substances, but they cannot be broken down anymore. An element is that, and that's it. It cannot, break apart or anything. That's the smallest it can go. It could be sodium, let's say, or potassium, or chlorine. Basically anything found in the periodic table of elements, that is going to be an element, because it is found in the periodic table of elements. An element cannot be broken down any further. A trick to remember that, like if it's just one word, it's an element, probably. Most of the time. And if it's one word that you don't know what that means, yeah, probably. If one element combines with another element, like when one element and another element love each other so much, they get married and it forms a compound. Just like when people get married and, usually like in the traditional way, the woman takes the name of the husband. Why do we keep doing that? Seriously. Anyway, so when the woman takes the name of the husband, that's what they do. Like the elements, when two elements combine together, then they just get married and the name changes a little bit, if that makes sense. It forms a compound. Let's say sodium. We have sodium and it combines with chlorine. So they form sodium chloride, for example. So those two things together, that's a compound. Okay? Element plus element, it's a compound. The definition for a compound is a substance made of atoms of more than one element bound together. And a simple way to identify if it's an element or a compound is that compounds have two words and two elements combined. See? It's not that bad identifying which one is an element and which one is a compound. So now that you know how to classify pure substances, let's go on to mixtures. One of the things you have to understand about scientists is that we are not very creative with names. So like mixtures, just like the name says, it's when you mix things. So in this case, we could be mixing two compounds together. Let's say mixing sodium chloride with H2O, which is water, and then you just swirl it, and then both compounds will join together and become a homogeneous mixture. The salt mixed with the water, and now you just don't see the salt anymore, but now it's homogeneous. Homo, that prefix, it means the same. I bet you remember that from biology. In biology, you have homozygous and heterozygous. So homo means the same. So homogeneous is when it's going to look the same throughout. It's the same thing over and over and over again. So it's the same color. You see no lumps in it. You see nothing different. So homogeneous, it's the same throughout. If nothing stands out, it is homogeneous. On the other hand, we have heterogeneous mixtures. Why do I always move my hand so much? Hetero means different. Like heterosexual or homosexual means you like people from your same sex. Heterosexual means you like people from your different sex. So hetero means different. If it is a mixture and you can see different things stand out, then it is going to be heterogeneous. Like, let's say a chocolate chip cookie. You can see the different components to it. You can see like the brown part, but you can also see the chocolate chips throughout it. That is going to be heterogeneous because you can see the different things on it. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. You know where to find me. I'm right here. A comment if you want. Send me a message to Schoology. Even tweet at me if you want. I mean, it's up to you. But, I mean, if you have any questions, please let me know. And even on our Zoom calls, you know, you can just ask. Raise your hand and ask me, hey, miss, what just happened? Yeah. So, just let me know. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you soon. Bye.